We begin with breaking news from Paris. The Canadian women's soccer team is caught up in a scandal, and it appears to be over an attempt at cheating. The Canadian women are the defending Olympic champions and considered to be among the top women's teams at Paris 2024. The scandal is over a drone that was flown over the New Zealand women's team practice. Canada is set to play New Zealand tomorrow. Heather is with us live from Paris. So Heather, we are waiting to hear more from Team Canada, but what do we know there? We know that there are already repercussions. Tell us more about that.
Repercussions, and indeed, we know as of this morning, Juanita, that there were not one but two drone incidents. And that we learned in a statement from the COC, that there were two incidents in which a drone flew over the New Zealand women's soccer team as it practiced July the 19th, which was last Friday, and then Monday, July the 22nd. That's included in the COC statement on the incident. And Canada swiftly and strongly has taken action. It was New Zealand that initially reported this to police and asked as well for the IOC Integrity Unit to take a look at this and for Canada to investigate fully. This is what Canada has done as a result of the investigation to this point. 4 different steps, including suspensions of 2 people affiliated with the soccer team. Joseph Lombardi, he is an unaccredited analyst with Canada Soccer. He's being removed from the team and sent home immediately, as well as an assistant coach, Jasmine Mander, the coach to whom Mr. Lombardi was responsible. He reports to her, she too being removed from the Canadian Olympic team and sent home immediately. So those 2 consequences as well. Bev Priestman, who's the head coach of the national women's soccer team, she has decided to recuse herself from the game tomorrow. Canada, the defending Olympic gold medalist, set to begin the tournament tomorrow against New Zealand. She will not be coaching that game. And finally, Canada soccer staff will undergo mandatory ethics training. These are all the details and the measures laid out in this latest statement from the COC. It goes on to say that the COC is in contact with the IOC and in contact with FIFA. We just have as well a statement from the IOC, and it is brief. We welcome the COC's swift action to resolve the issue. So maybe it sounds from the IOC's perspective that it is resolved. We will see. Nothing yet from FIFA, but we'll wait for that as well. And here's what we're hearing as well, that Canada Soccer has been transparent and cooperative, the statement concludes, and the COC will continue to review the matter and could take further action. So it does leave that possibility open if necessary. The statement from Bev Priestman, as I mentioned, she's decided to step aside for the game tomorrow. She says, first of all, on behalf of our entire team, I first and foremost want to apologize to the players and staff at New Zealand Football and to the players on Team Canada. This does not represent the values that our team stands for, she says. It continues, I am ultimately responsible for conduct in our program. Accordingly, to emphasize our team's commitment to integrity, I have decided to voluntarily withdraw from coaching the match on Thursday, and in the spirit of accountability, I do this with the interest of both teams in mind and to ensure everyone feels that the sportsmanship of this game is upheld. So, stepping aside from the match that was set for tomorrow. So, that is the statement from the COC. We have the statement from the IOC. We'll see if there's anything further from Canada Soccer or from FIFA, but those are the latest developments, and it has been a fast-breaking story today. Juanita?
Certainly it has been. So, Heather, is it resolved or could we see more?
Well, one other question is whether there might be any legal repercussions. One of the things that we learned this morning is the person who was initially investigated for this, reported for this, was detained, according to New Zealand's team, by the French police. We know how seriously French authorities take the matter of flying drones. It's prohibited, in fact. And just yesterday, the French Prime Minister, Gabriel Attal, was at what they're calling the Drone Defense Hub. And he was showing off to journalists this incredible technology that we're going to show you. They're called drone jammers, and they go up in helicopters, and they're actually, with this particular piece of technology, able that when used, drones can no longer be controlled by the person running them. So they fall out of the sky. So he was showing those off because they're going to be using them here in Paris for the security of the Olympic Games. And Gabriel Attal was saying in the last few days, there have been at least 6 times where they've had to intervene each day. 6 times a day, they've had to intervene in drone cases. Here's more of what he said just yesterday.
Ça peut être, et vous l'imaginez bien, des individus, des touristes qui veulent capter des images. C'est important pour ces raisons-là de rappeler les règles. C'est l'interdiction de faire voler des drones. Et vous le voyez, ça nous a été présenté. Les systèmes qui sont mis en place nous permettent de les intercepter très rapidement.
So you hear there again from the Prime Minister how seriously they take that. The whole drone defense hub is there for that part of the security team and the security apparatus. In fact, there are British anti-drone technology specialists who are coming in to provide support to the French authorities in this way. And we've seen the examples just in recent weeks and months in the wars in Russia and Ukraine and the war between Israel and Hamas. We have seen how easily very simple drones can be weaponized. So that is a threat that the French authorities are dealing with here at the Paris Olympics. This is why they take it so seriously. So we will wait to see if there are any legal implications as well of this growing scandal here in Paris involving Canada's team. Juanita?
So many questions, just waiting to get those answers for. Thank you so much for this morning, Heather.